This is not your average celebration event. When a time capsule buried 50 years ago was unearthed, it revealed a surprising secret. The capsule contained letters from students addressed to the future. Most letters were simple drawings or messages, but one letter stood out. A boy named Peter received a letter filled with random numbers. Curious, Peter believed the numbers had a special meaning, so he took the letter home. That night, Peter's father, Kai-Chi, saw the letter and was annoyed that Peter had taken something from school. He placed it on the table and told Peter to return it the next day. However, Kai-Chi, being a physicist, had a sharp eye for numbers. While casually glancing at the letter, something about the numbers caught his attention. Intrigued, he began analyzing them and soon discovered a shocking pattern. Kai-Chi realized that the numbers corresponded to major disasters that had occurred over the past 50 years, with exact dates and the number of victims for each event. The time capsule was buried in 1959, and the disasters listed on the letter spanned up to 2009. If this wasn't a prank, it meant that the child who wrote the letter had somehow predicted all these disasters with eerie accuracy. Disturbed yet intrigued, Kai-Chi spent the entire night studying the numbers. By morning, he was convinced of their significance and decided to share his findings with his colleagues. But there was an alarming detail. There were 3 future dates listed, predicting events that hadn't happened yet. Kai-Chi's colleagues dismissed it as mere coincidence or a prank, but he wasn't convinced. Determined to learn more, Kai-Chi traced the origin of the letter to a girl from 1959 who had mysteriously disappeared after the time capsule was buried. A former teacher remembered the girl vividly because she was found hiding in the school gym, carving numbers into the door with her fingernails. This strange behavior only deepened the mystery. The next afternoon, while driving to pick up Peter from school, Kai-Chi found himself stuck in a traffic jam. Checking his navigation for an alternate route, he noticed something chilling. The location of the next predicted disaster matched the road he was on. Alarmed, he got out of his car to investigate, but the disaster struck moments later. A catastrophic accident occurred, yet Kai-Chi miraculously survived with minor injuries. Stunned, he realized the numbers on the letter had once again accurately predicted a tragedy. The news later reported that unusual electromagnetic radiation had caused the accident, leading to 81 deaths, exactly as the letter had indicated. This undeniable proof convinced Kai-Chi's skeptical colleague, who warned him to stay away from future disasters. Meanwhile, Peter experienced a terrifying encounter at home. He saw a mysterious, white-haired man pointing at him and hearing strange children's voices. Peter's screams alerted Kai-Chi, who rushed upstairs to find Peter frightened and the mysterious man disappearing into the night. Determined to uncover the truth, Kai-Chi visited the home of the girl who had written the letter, but she had passed away. Instead, he met her daughter, Diana, who initially dismissed his claims. However, when Diana examined the numbers, she became uneasy. Her mother had always been secretive about her past, which now seemed connected to the letter. Feeling threatened, Diana bought a gun for protection. Together with Kai-Chi, she analyzed the numbers further and identified the location of the next predicted disaster. Kai-Chi alerted the authorities, but they dismissed his warnings as the ramblings of a prankster or terrorist. Frustrated, he decided to investigate on his own. At the disaster site, he spotted suspicious activity but was mistaken for a threat by the police. Despite his efforts, another disaster occurred. This time, a subway derailed due to electromagnetic interference, causing chaos and fatalities. The pattern was clear. Each disaster was linked to electromagnetic activity. After the subway incident, Diana finally acknowledged the seriousness of the predictions. She revealed that her mother had always been haunted by the belief that a catastrophic event would occur on October 19th. Diana's mother had marked the number 33 on the letter, which they initially assumed was the number of victims. However, upon closer inspection, they realized it symbolized everyone, implying the end of the world. The numbers now pointed to a global catastrophe driven by solar activity. Kai-Chi discovered that a massive solar flare was imminent, capable of destroying the Earth's atmosphere and wiping out all life. This was an inescapable disaster beyond human control. Desperate to protect his son and Diana's daughter, they sought a safe place to hide. As they prepared, the mysterious white-haired man reappeared. Peter revealed that these men were not human but aliens. Their mission was to save selected children to ensure the survival of humanity. The aliens intended to take Peter and Diana's daughter to another planet to start a new civilization. Although heartbroken, Kai-Chi realized there was no other option. As the children boarded the alien spacecraft, the aliens shed their human disguises, revealing their true forms. The ship, along with many others, departed Earth, carrying the children far away from the doomed planet. Kai-Chi and Diana, left behind, returned home to spend their final moments with their loved ones. On October 19th, the predicted solar flare struck Earth, obliterating everything. The chosen children, however, arrived safely on a new planet, where they had the chance to rebuild humanity. This marked the end of one world and the beginning of another.